I'd like to speak a little bit about awakening. Awakening has many, many teachings attached to that word, many, and many, many descriptions. Um, I think it's often used in many ways, in many contexts. But I want to talk about it because whether you're aware of it or not, whether you've had rather intense experiences in that way or not, the process of that is your true nature emerging into consciousness. However, that's showing up for you. And actually, for a lot of people, it's different. It's not just the same as someone you heard talk about it or write about it. The value of being here is to listen, to observe, and to sense in a way that frees you from the one who wants something, that frees you from the one who is frustrated or overwhelmed with life's challenges. And in that training that you're giving yourself by the gift that you gave yourself to be here, awareness and consciousness begins to emerge more and more. As you deepen into that, or even lose your sense of relative self in that beingness, that environment of teaching or whatever is called transmission of the Dharma. It's where who we take ourselves to be isn't really running the show, at least for a while. And it isn't you and me anymore, it's the one. The ideas are useful to a point, but when the awakening is really happening, then you move beyond the words and the descriptions and the teachings into the vulnerability of what is being shown to you right now, right here. Our job is to be a good shepherd in a way, or to really be our best ally in helping us be available to what's being given, because what's being given isn't in our ability to comprehend or control. And yet, awakening is the beginning of that understanding that the journey of life begins right now. Of course, people often have, and I've had a lot of this in my life, profound energy things and all kinds of changes in consciousness happen. But ultimately, I was always faced back with, you know, John, the kind of just somehow he made it, through hell and high water. And he fortunately has learned and grown and matured according to others' feedback somewhat, gotten a little softer on the edges and a little less irritating, possibly. But honestly, the truth is that when you shift into consciousness as that which you are, which is what happens naturally, your relative person actually starts to become embodied with this light, you see. That's the real life. That's really what our life is about, is the journey of that begins with awakening and then guides us through the rest of this existence as it unfolds. And that's at times incredible, amazing, and at times honestly profoundly overwhelming. Because being a human being at times is very, very, very difficult. So it's important to cultivate gratitude. Not in some inauthentic, phony way, but authentically. Notice when you're, even if it's just eating your favorite chocolate or something, if you like chocolate. I like chocolate. But I'm really picky. And there's one chocolate I just love. And it's not that expensive. And I'll have my little 1-inch square after my dinner. And I just go into bliss. I can't talk. I can't have interactions when I'm doing that. I mean, I could probably talk for 10 minutes about the experience easily. But that's what William Blake meant when he said, find whatever he said, the universe in a grain of sand, or heaven in a wildflower. That's what he was talking about. That when you're in that openness, you're out of the way. The ego trip is out of the projecting ego person is out of the way, and you're appreciating these amazing flowers or the flavors or the love that you're feeling. If you're feeling love, which is nice when you do, obviously. Or you're able to be with your fear and your vulnerability, your longing, your overwhelm and frustration and irritation, all of it. It gives you a greater resource for being here as a relative human being when you're in that perspective. That's all. So it's not about getting rid of that perspective or transcending your human experience, as I often say. It's about learning how awakening guides you to becoming fully human in a way that really brings you to a place of true peace, true fulfillment, even with relative reality being, let's just say, insufficient or not satisfying. Because egos, let's face it, are built to not be satisfied. So if you're trying to get your ego satisfied, good luck. Let me know how it goes. I've heard countless stories of success in that way that didn't fulfill. And that is a real rude awakening and often forces people against the wall in a way that we all get forced against the wall. And in that inability to do anything or to fix anything, we finally give up. And when we do, breakdown, healing, breakthrough, transformation naturally happens.